the Trump administration is close to finalizing a rule that would remove any and all legal protections for any whistleblowers inside the executive branch. And this is basically telling all of those people who could blow the whistle on Donald Trump for doing something potentially illegal that if you do that, if you tell the press, if you tell the government watchdogs, if you tell anybody what you see happening behind the scenes that could be illegal, we will legally get to retaliate against you and destroy your life. This isn't just a change in policy. This is a direct threat to those workers to keep their mouths shut about what they see. There is only one reason for this. If you're not doing anything illegal, you have nothing to worry about if somebody goes blabbing about what's happening behind the scenes. But because they're now stopping people from doing that, that's pretty much as good of evidence as you're going to get that there are, in fact, possibly illegal things happening behind the scenes in this administration. I mean, honestly, it's almost as clear as day. This administration has openly broken the law. And if they're willing to do that in the open, defying judges' orders, putting illegal orders in place, all this, if they're willing to do that in the open, imagine what we don't see happening. And that is, of course, what the administration is trying to stop. Let me read you this. Congress has passed laws since the 1970s extending protections to federal workers who call out government wrongdoing. But the Trump administration is planning on chipping away at that by updating its policy on accountability, which would exclude senior employees from legal protections that prohibit U.S. government agencies from retaliating against whistleblowers. In other words, Trump will make your life hell if you try to expose what he's doing. And again, I'm going to emphasize this 1,000 times. The only reason to do that, the only reason to put that threat in place is because you're doing things that people could blow the whistle on. That is the only reason. Honestly, can anybody watching this think of another plausible explanation as to why they would do this? The answer to that is no, you can't. At least not a plausible one. But this follows through on Donald Trump's proposal back in April to create a new federal employee category to, quote, enhance accountability. And that proposal in April said, quote, this rule empowers federal agencies to swiftly remove employees in policy-influencing roles for poor performance, misconduct, corruption, or subversion of presidential directives without lengthy procedural hurdles. Subversion of presidential directives. Meaning, if Trump tells you to do something, even if it's illegal, you have to do it. Or you'll be fired. And honestly, in that instance, if there are any government employees watching this, the best course of action for you is to be fired. Like 100%, because you can and will be prosecuted eventually if you follow an illegal order. In fact, that's actually what the 6 Democrats who Donald Trump threatened to murder did last week with the military in their video. They said, you don't have to follow illegal orders. You can refuse that, because if you don't, you're the one that's going to be paying the penalty for it, which of course is U.S. law. And the same thing goes for these whistleblowers or potential whistleblowers or anyone in the administration that follows an illegal order. Trump's not going to hand out blanket pardons to every single government employee when he leaves office. He'll probably do it for some of his high-ranking officials, right? The people he loves. I imagine Pam Bondi might get one, Kristi Noem. Maybe Pete Hegseth, I don't know. It seems a little strained relationship there. But all of the underlings, all of the people who are not household names, you're effed. Trump will not save you. So it's better to blow the whistle, even if there are no protections for you and you lose your job. Do the right thing, because at the end of the day, that is the only thing that ultimately matters.